raise your hand if you rolled your eyes whenever you read this podcast episode title. It's okay. Don't be shy. You're thinking I'm lying. You think, Casey, I can't believe that you're telling me I can make $1 million in the next year. And I'm going to let you know that I can't believe that I made $1 million within a year. And then I made $1 million the next year. And then I made a couple $1 million the next year. So I'm telling you, the best advice, I remember I was sitting in a Kajabi conference and Brendan Burchard came out on the stage. I love Brendan. If you haven't read High Performance Habits or listened to him speak, I encourage it so much. But he came out on stage and I loved his storytelling. But then he said, if I was going to make $1 million in the next 365, here's exactly how I do it. And that dude wrote a blueprint from start to finish on how he would make $1 million if he was starting from scratch. And so I thought, let's do our own version of that, teacher style. In today's episode, I want to show you exactly step by step what I would do if I was creating a $1 million business in the next 365 days. Will it be easy? No. Will it be worth it? Yes. Can it be done? Yes. But I do want to state this, is that most people are not an overnight success and that it takes time. Usually, if you're listening to this episode, you got a few years in the bank. And I'm hoping you have experience. If you're starting at zero, if you have no experience, this is your first day listening to the show. Do I doubt you're going to be able to make $1 million in the first year? Yes. Is it possible? I'm the forever optimist. Also, yes. However, today's show, I want to show you step by step exactly how I would do it if I was back in 2018 when I first made my first $1 million year. And I hope that you love today's episode as much as I have enjoyed creating it. And I'll see you in today's show. Teachers, this is a secret we've been hiding for years, and it's finally time that we get to share it with you. Look, you could probably throw a flare pin and hit an online business coach right now. So the question of the hour, of the minute, of the day, of the year is, why should you place your trust in me, right? Or maybe I should be asking, why should people place their trust in you? That's because teachers support other teachers. And it's exactly what we do here at the CEO Teacher. And we are finally delivering on our biggest promise to help teachers make their worth in the fastest way possible, like never before. I'm talking replacing your teaching salary in less than a year. What if I told you that you are mere steps away from that life? Here's a fun fact for you. Teachers are in the top 3 professions of becoming self-made millionaires because they are willing to learn to take the average dollar and leverage it into wealth through investing in their own education and knowledge. Truth be heard, this is the world's first ever guide that helps teachers become their own online business coach for other teachers, where you get to show educators how to make money online, from the teacher next door to any teacher in the world. It's the 9 steps to becoming an online business coach for teachers, and it's happening right now. Go to caseymorris.com/coaching. That's KAYSEMORRIS.com/coaching to get all the answers to your questions in way less money than it costs you to get a Starbucks or Target, because it's absolutely free and it's only available for a few short weeks. If you've ever wondered exactly how I teach teachers to make money online, then it's time you grab this workbook, caseymorris.com/coaching. Your gifts lie in the place where your values, passions, and strengths meet. Discovering that place is the first step towards sculpting your masterpiece, and that is your life. And that is Michelangelo. This quote is by Marian Edelman. Education is for improving the lives of others and for leaving your community and world better than you found it. Before I get into the step-by-step, I'm going to have to get nerdy with all of the data for you. But just a little breath of fresh air is that I have a teaching degree. I got my degree, my bachelor's degree in early childhood education, My master's is in instructional technology, and my specialist is in educational leadership. So, because you have a teaching degree means you are perfectly qualified to listen to today's show. No master's or marketing degree required. What I want to gift to you is the ability to see how possible this is. When you sell on Teachers Pay Teachers or on Etsy, it's a slow grind. It is the mindset of the more I work, the more I make. And that is the way that I was raised. I have a daddy that worked really, really hard. He came home late every night with his suit and tie on, and he polished his shoes, and it was a hard life. And I remember thinking that I had to work harder to make more money, but that is no longer the case. Instead, I want you to repeat this mantra to yourself. The less I work, the more I make. And that is exactly how, if I were teaching you how to make $1 million in the next year as a teacher, this is the first and easiest step to get it done. Only 4% of teachers become millionaires because of their set pay scale. And those teachers are really good at investing in various other things. But teachers and other educators account for nearly 14% of the nation's 8.6 million millionaires through non-traditional business opportunities. High kicks for that, right? Give me some good data all day long, baby. So 14% of the 8.6 million millionaires in the United States are teachers that have found ways through non-traditional business opportunities. Just knowing that there are 8.6 million millionaires in the United States, come on. Come on. Why not you? Why not you? Why not today? The beauty of being an online coach is that you can work from anywhere and have a client base up to 50 plus clients every single month. You have no travel time, no expenses, and you get more intentional use of your time. Experience, training, and education will help you deliver a better program over time. It will help reassure your clients, and it'll help you stand out from every other teacher, business coach out there. The beauty is that being an online coach specifically for teachers is fairly a new concept. So, you get to set the rules. This is your time to use your teaching experience, your degrees, and your know-how to shine. So, if you want to start an online coaching business for teachers, you've come to the right place. The most successful online coaches have a passion for helping others and working with them to meet their goals. Basically, online coaches get paid for their consulting services where they train and then they mentor people for days or hours or weeks or months or however long. You get to set your own schedule and you get to support teachers all over the world. Many of our students are in Australia, in the UK, in Africa, but you are the driver of this bus. So it's really up to you to create whatever schedule works for you with whatever season you're in. If you're a new mom or if you're a new teacher, it may not look the same as someone who is retired or someone that has older children. The most successful coaches have repeat clients. They also have a masterpiece of a coaching framework. A framework is the backbone of your meeting. It is a guide to say, this is what I say exactly at this minute and this minute and this minute. It allows for progress and it encourages all of your clients and community members to take massive action and help them move forward in their goals. So not only are you winning, but they are winning as well. Remember that win-win attitude. So let's break it down in how I would earn $1 million if I were starting from scratch next year alone. I'm talking 7 figures. So more than 100,000, more than 500,000. I'm talking $1 million in a year. And it's not just me at this point. Some of our teachers are doing that as well. So first is that you need to learn how to develop your signature coaching program. There is a reason that coaching is our highest earning success path, and it is based on this step. You may or may not already have a signature program offer in mind, but here is a way that I would list this out. If you're going to create a signature coaching offer, something that you would sell one-on-one, create coaching packages for, and sell in a bundle, is you must know what strengths you have in the online coaching space. So I don't want you to just say you're an online business coach for teachers. That is too broad. Instead, I want you to think of it in specific niches. You're an online business coach for teachers, helping them on Pinterest. You're an online business coach for teachers, helping them on Instagram. You're an online business coach for teachers, helping them on TPT, teaching them how to market their resources, helping them understand search engine optimization, teaching them exactly how to blog, showing them how to take beautiful photographs, allowing them to save those photographs as long tail keywords. There are a million different areas that you can go in, but understanding what your strengths are really going to help a teacher focus in and know that you are their person. I have a nutrition coach that just helps me with my food, but I also have a health coach that just helps me with me lifting weights. Those are specific coaches for a generic area in my life, which is my overall health and wellness, but they have their very own main thing. Make sure that you know how to encourage, motivate, and you should know this by now, differentiate, because you are a teacher after all. One thing that I didn't realize was how much I was going to have to differentiate when I first started coaching teachers. I had some teachers that had both been selling online for years, literally had the same, what appeared to be the same outlook. And when I got on calls one-to-one with them, I realized that they were at totally different places. And so the coaching framework that I had brought to the call had to then be differentiated, which as a teacher, we know how to do. You must figure out what's missing in the online space. And being the answer to the problem is the first way to your path to making $1 million. So find your main thing and develop your signature program that you can sell as a one-off coaching service first, and then start having return clients that will buy from you over and over and over again. Next, and the most important part of all of this in developing your offer is figuring out your rate. Yes, there are a few industry standards, but let's be honest, y'all. We're teachers, and what works for some industries, it may not work for us. We can't just throw out, I can't tell you, you should charge this much money on an offer and expect it to land. I know that individual time with me costs anywhere from $500 to $1,000 for 30 minutes to an hour. But I have the experience now. When I first got started, it was $95. But think about how quickly that can snowball over time. And once we were on one call, people said, well, I want to buy another one. Well, if you buy 5 calls, you get one free. And so it was super easy to add on 10 or 15 clients in less than a week's time because I was able to offer them really quick wins through a specific framework and through homework that I would check in with them on the next week. But in order to figure out your rate, you really must understand the value in what you have to offer. I actually don't encourage hour-long sessions. That was how I started. Hour is too long. If you can't get it done in 30 minutes, then you probably shouldn't be coaching just yet. You should really get good at teaching and coaching in a 30-minute window. Will you have something that your audience can take with them? Remember, I said that the reason my students found success was because I gave them a framework that I knew worked. It was a proven pathway for success that I had already taken. Then I showed them exactly how to do some homework and bring it back the next week. I wanted them to have a quick win, a win that said, hey, let me see what you did and if it worked. And if it didn't work, here's where you messed up. So find a rate that works for you and feels good, especially in the beginning, because teachers are terrified to charge their worth, and that's okay. It comes with experience. And I want you just to lead with your heart for service. Follow that 80-20 rule. Give 80% of what you do online for free and give that 20 very specific percent saved for your clients. Online coaches who charge by the half hour charge anywhere between $75 and $250 per session when they first get started. In some cases, the coach will require a minimum number of sessions in order to help you achieve your goals. So it's unrealistic that someone would start with you and get to where they want to be immediately. And that's because everything that's worth it in life just takes time. I've had my nutrition coach, March was a year, and now it is August. So I've had her over a year. I've had my coach for the gym. November will be 3 years. And I can just now say, hey, I feel really confident in who I am, in my wellness and overall health. And it's taken me 3 years. Remember that you should be able to help your students, but it is not an overnight success. You also could offer one-off sessions. So maybe a student wants to talk about how to sell just their lesson plans online, but then they're interested in teaching online coaching or also being an online course creator or a membership. That could be an additional coaching lesson, but at a much higher rate because the knowledge that you will give them is at a much higher threshold. So think about this as a stepping stone, a beginning of a customer journey on your road to make $1 million. And I want you to do the math on if I had this many clients and I sold this many coaching packages, plus I created a way to have one-off services and sessions, how could I get to that $1 million mark? Choose a platform that works for you and your community. Look, you decided to make a commitment into coaching. So, what are your non negotiables and how exactly will you show up? Think about it as a typical 9 to 5. Maybe you want to create a meeting of the minds and you want to have 10 of your best coaching clients inside of a high ticket mastermind. This is where your money starts to double very quickly. You can't do that straight from the beginning. You need about 4 to 6 months with these coaching clients before you say, hey, I want to develop a one huge mastermind of about 5 or 10 of my best students. And it is going to be a high ticket offer where we can collaborate together. We can share about each other's wins, and being able to do that will allow you all to grow indefinitely, but also will allow your business to hit that $1 million mark. Remember, it's important to wonder though, will this be online, in person, or maybe a combo? When people start doing masterminds and bringing people together, they often like to meet online, but also meet in person. Will you show up monthly? Will you show up weekly? Will you show up daily? It's truly up to you. Next, on how I would make $1 million in the next year is I would test it, tweak it, and then toss it out into the world. So offer a select few packages as a founding opportunity. These are those one-on-one opportunities that we talked about. Then think about how you could create a group coaching program. Then how you could create a mastermind from that that's a high ticket offer, and think about what works best in your area of expertise. I would say if you're teaching about search engine optimization or about a specific social media thing, you could probably charge the most money. Begin gathering feedback such as testimonials, successes. This is where your frameworks come in. Figuring out exactly how you're going to teach every single aspect as a proven pathway of success is so important for your audience to find success. Then you're going to learn how to simplify. So streamline your offers as you learn more about what your community needs. And then finally, as the year progresses and you've created this stepping stone of success, you want to continue to grow so that you will be able to hit that $1 million in the next 365 days. The best ways that you can grow are through, number one, my favorite, word of mouth, by getting out into your community, into your classrooms, into other teachers' areas throughout the state, and telling them exactly about what you do and what you offer. Attract your ideal customer through search engine optimization, by writing blog posts, by getting on Pinterest, by using social media. Next is you must hit home in the connection marketing area. Continue to show up for your community by sharing your expertise. You need to continue and to nurture the people that matter most. These are your original people that you coach. Some of my original students that I coached 5 years ago are still my #1 fans, and that is the most important thing to me. Plus, create a very solid online presence so that your offers are always at the forefront of someone's mind, and they begin to think about you whenever they decide to take action on your own dreams. I said it wouldn't be easy, friends, but I gave you a lot to think about for the next 365 days. And in the coming weeks, I cannot wait to show you even more how you can make this dream a reality. Thanks so much for listening. Always remember that the best is yet to come, and there's room for everyone on the playground. I can't wait to show you how you can help teachers make more money online as well. And I'll see you right here next week.